Hey, I'm Kate from Venison for Dinner, and today my boys and I are going to show you how we keep our animals fed and happy in the snowy north. We bought our farm with all the existing infrastructure and animal pens, so none of these pens or coops did we design or build ourselves, for better or worse. In our family, we raise or hunt all our own meat. We raise all our own dairy. We either have our eggs or we trade with someone else for their eggs. It's really important to us. There's lots of gardening that happens when there isn't snow on the ground too. But Mama can't do it all on her own, and I really have to rely on my big helpers here for us to get stuff done. So what's your jobs for animals? Who do you take care of?
I take care of our calves, my pigs, and the dog.
And I take care of the milk cows. And Hamish, so Mac is 10, and Hamish is 7, and Hamish takes care of the chickens. So that's how we split up the chores around here. In the summer, there's more animals, and I do more animal chores, but at this time of year, all I do is the dairy cows. So what are you filling this up for, Mac?
Pigs. I fill it up to like almost full. It's up here.
And is it cold or warm water?
Both.
So it's kind of room temperature.
Yeah.
So we don't have heated waterers for the pigs or the chickens. Only the cows have heated waterers. Well, we're far into winter now, so they're not even wearing snow pants. Mac doesn't even have gloves or a hat. He's well acclimatized to the weather. Okay, Ham, move out of the way so Mac can get through.
Wait, you want to help me with the scraps because I have to take both out?
Yeah, just give a second. Go get the cap sled. We'll put it all in there.
If it is really icy on the road and you're using a calf sled, don't use it downhill, because I found out the hard way.
Oh, what's that?
The whole thing, when it stopped, it came sliding forward all over my pants.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here, Hamish?
I'm washing the chicken water.
You gonna wash it out first?
Most of the water.
So you're dumping out the dirty water?
Yeah.
Because when you brought this in, it was frozen, right?
Yeah.
So you have two waterers like this, identical ones, right?
No, just one's bent has.
Okay, but they're both the same type.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So you dump out the dirty water.
Yeah. Wash the sink out.
And then you rinse the sink out. So we have two of these, and why do we have two waterers, Hamish?
So, like, when you do the chickens, you can bring one in and take one out.
Because one is almost always frozen, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you get it filling up now, bud?
I only put it on warm so it stays warm for a bit longer.
It's as full as you can carry it?
I could carry it probably a bit fuller.
Okay, let's head out.
Probably fuller.
So this is a calf sled. I'm not sure if it has a more technical name, but in our area it's known as a calf sled. So farmers would use it to bring in a big calf that needed help or whatever. But for us, we use it to make chores easier in winter. This way we can carry more than we would be able to if we were just carrying buckets. We buy feed in big bags, and we just got a new one today, so Mac darn near has to climb in there to get feed. So they're actually just getting barley today because we ran out of pig feed and we won't have more pig feed until my husband gets home in a few days. So normally they would have peas, oats, barley mix. But for now they're just gonna have just barley and it will be fine for a few days. And then what else do you add to it?
Minerals.
A scoop of vitamins. I think Hamish is having trouble with the rooster right now. I can hear him saying, get. Okay, down to the pigs. So once Matt gets to the top of this hill, he carries the buckets down because it's a kind of a slippery hill, and he finds if he brings the calf sled down, he ends up wearing whatever was in the calf sled. You gotta climb up on top of the snowbanks, up on here. These snowbanks are taller than the fences. So this trough here is actually half of an iodine teat dip can that dairy farms get. So we just got a couple from friends of ours and my husband cut them in half and they make great troughs. Sometimes we have them.
Hey!
Are you gonna be messy about this?
They're always messy about this.
In summer we have it screwed to the gate, but in winter we need to be able to dump out the ice, so it's just loose in winter.
You want to know what the other one is screwed?
Yeah, the other one is buried apparently under the snow. So how often do you bring them water?
Twice a day, unless there's whey, they get the whey instead.
Yeah, so because we have dairy cows, they also get the whey and sometimes skim milk. And that's why we have pigs in winter, right? So they can drink all that whey and skim milk and that sort of thing.
Aren't they big?
Did we forget the scraps up at the house?
Oh.
When the pigs get big, my husband doesn't like them going in there with the pigs if they don't have to. So he cut and put hinges on this board. When they're small, we close it and latch it, but when they're big, it can just stay open.
Well, also the latch fell off.
The latch fell off now?
Like, look at that part came off somehow.
So you can see, even though they have a pretty big run, they barely go in most of it in winter. They stay in a smaller portion of it.
Look at their hams. These guys, bacon, big.
They got some big bacon and hams going on?
Yeah, we have to measure them.
We have to measure them soon?
You keep forgetting to come down here with me.
Yeah, well, we need to do it, bring down a measuring tape so we can see how much they weigh.
Yeah.
We buy straw in 800-pound square bales. This straw is not the best. It's really small chop and it's frustrating. You can't take a big shovel full of it or a big fork full of it, which is kind of frustrating.
Oh, Pepper escaped again.
No, she was in the house. She must have just let herself out. Pepper? Pepper dog? You can open doors. I know.
It'd be good if she could close them too.
It would be really nice if she could close them. This wrapped bale is wrapped silage that we just pick up a couple bales at a time. It's from our fields. It's just wrapped at a friend's house. Woo!
Frozen in.
It's frozen in. How about I pass it to you over top? So even when it was minus 35 Celsius out here, which is about minus 35 Fahrenheit, these piggies were nice and warm and cozy. As long as they've got straw in this log house of theirs, they are just fine.
Yep, we gave some 2 pieces of straw I gave them one of those.
Yeah, and we'll give them hay to eat in bed with when it's really cold too. Go check out your fresh bedding, piggies.
I always like to check it out. So, yeah, I think they're both girls.
There's a heat lamp in there, but we actually didn't put that there. It was just there when we bought it. We've never used it. Keep going, Hamish. This is silage, not hay, and it's very heavy.
Yes.
It's deceiving how heavy it is.
Oh.
Mac fed my milk cows their evening hay. We move around where we feed them. Also another place down over there to kind of spread it out a bunch. These are our 2 dairy cows. These hoses are out because I was in the middle of watering the cows and putting fresh shavings in the milking stall. You got a scoop of grain for the calves?
Oh, they're looking forward to their grain.
Hi, Patches.
Come on, can I say something? Zoe says that that's their salad and this is their salad dressing. Zoe calls it.
Some pretty dry salad dressing.
Definitely. Okay, now to go.
Yep.
Most important part about doing your animals is put things back where they are, or else it drives your mom nuts. It's happened before.
It's happened before? Oh yeah. When Mommy can't find the grain scoop. What's your next step, Mac?
Gotta keep Jeffy's water. Then, let her swatter and have her keep food. Do you think this will help other kids get confident as their parents to get a calf sled?
Maybe. I think it's good for kids, you know, because you're one of your only friends who has jobs like this. You know, all the kids you go to judo with, they live in town, they don't do this sort of thing.
Eating and Silas have pigs and
Yeah, but a lot of people that you know, they don't have chores like this. This shows other kids that there's other kids out there who've got to work hard and do chores every day outside. So to water the calves, we have a flexible black tote so that if it freezes, it can easily, the ice can be pushed out without us breaking it because we've broken many buckets and such.
Yep.
But it's good now, and you fill that up how often?
Twice a day, every day.
Twice a day, every day.
Just like all the other animals.
So how do you know how much feed to give the different animals?
Well, first I just guess, and then I look. Are they eating all of it super fast, or is it going slower? And then I start from that.
So if you were to go back in the morning and they still have a bunch of food left over, what does that tell you?
I give them a bit less.
And if you go and they look like they're like so hungry and there's not a scrap of food left, what do?
I give them more.
So there you go. So sometimes you go to feed the calves and they still have a bunch of hay left over.
I let them eat it down, not let it rot.
There you go. Let them eat it and then you give them more the next time you go to feed them.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about taking care of animals?
Getting to know them. You go up, so like I come down there with the hay for Paps and Jeffy, and they're waiting for me. They know what time I come. Jeffy loves scratches. Patches too.
Okay. So our dog is an escape artist, so she has a chain link run. So we came up and checked the dog, and her water's not frozen, and she's still got lots of food, so she doesn't need anything for today. And that's the rest of Mac's chores. I'm gonna go help Hamish finish his. He was having a little troubles with the rooster there. This kid is a rock star in the barnyard, and then while I take care of my animals and milk the cows in the morning, he takes care of his baby sister, Miss Rowan.
She got into some trouble obviously in the kitchen.
She found a pen that Freya had left out. It's just a wet erase marker. It'll be fine. And he also hangs out with Freya. Freya was having a bit of cartoon time. She was feeling a little tired, and Freya doesn't have any animal chores she has to do, although she often... Do you go help the boys?
Woo.
Sometimes you do.
Woo.
Do you help Mama inside? She likes to go out with them, but she doesn't have any that she's responsible for. What do you think? Do you have marker on your face now? Yeah, is that Mackie's fault?
It's not my fault. I was getting a drink of water in the kitchen.
I know, they get into trouble quickly. So Hamish takes care of the chickens. You want to go in there, bud, and show me? The coop is insulated but not heated. This coop was here when we bought the farm. So they just got some fresh shavings today. And the water is put down over there. What else can you tell me?
We just filled up the feeders earlier. So they're both all the way up to the top, and it looks like there isn't any eggs right now.
So how often do you do the chickens?
Twice a day.
Do we do all the animals twice a day?
Yeah. Okay, maybe not the cows.
I do well, we don't milk them twice a day, but we still take care of them twice a day. What's the metal pan for?
Scraps.
So they don't make it all messy in here?
Yeah. Because once I gave them scraps and it was all over the place.
These tanks, they were put in here by the people we bought the house from. We don't use them. We find them kind of a pain to use. They used to heat in here, but it was too hard on the electrical bill.
A while ago, you used to use those waters.
When we first moved here, we did.
Yeah. Looks like most of them are over there.
They're all hiding in the corner. How many chickens do we have?
10 or 11.
10 or 11 chickens?
Maybe 12.
And what about Cloud?
That's a turkey. And
You want to show me Cloud?
White Cloud. She's behind the chicken feed.
There's White Cloud. She's a midget.
White
A midget white turkey. She's very
I saw
nice.
that rooster attacking one of the chickens.
Oh, that rooster. He's a little
smallest.
sassy.
The smallest one. One of the bantams.
Oh. So we have a light on in here. We don't put a light on to start off with, but then we do because it's so dark here for so long that it takes chickens a long time to pick back up in the spring. But it's on a timer, so it's not on all the time. Then when it's nice out, this door is latched right now, but we can open it up so they get fresh air. But they're on lockdown when it's really cold.
Yeah.
And they do have a run that goes out there, but it got damaged by the snow and they can't go out there right now.
And they made a bunch of rips in it.
Yeah, that was the coop. The run needs a lot of help.
Yeah, it's falling apart.
Should we go inside and make some tea?
We could do that after animals.
Yeah, we usually have tea or hot chocolate or coffee after animals.
Could do coffee.
No. So we do have some eggs to bring in. You carried the eggs in, bud? And the waterer is pretty empty, but Hamish is bringing it in, so when he goes to feed the chickens in the morning, it's easy to fill up and bring out.
Instead of having to go in and back.
Yeah, instead of having to make more trips, you can make less trips, make it more efficient.